What's good, YouTube? Welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at the updated build I have for my Exodius Advanced Draw pile that we showcased about a week ago on the channel. Of course, that build was on Barbaros Skill Drain. We've obviously switched it up a little bit here, still keeping the core in with the Atos, the Advanced Draw, and the Exodius, but now going more of a lightsworn route. I felt like the build we had before, while I didn't hate it, it didn't feel like we were getting the value off of Exodius that we're kind of used to in these Exodius builds. Mainly because we took out a lot of the ways to convert off the Dandy tokens. So, summoning Dandelion tokens by itself just wasn't that intimidating when you don't have the Econs or the Cyber Valleys. But, of course, we've also experimented in the past with Exodius and Lightsworn with Wolf, because you can just summon Wolf from your deck with Exodius, and he's a 2100 dude, which is pretty spooky. So that's the build we've gone with today. Of course, this provided an alternative avenue to exploit Glorious Illusion, which is a continuous trap that we can use with our whole Magic Planter Metal Reflect Slime situation, and it just brings back a Lightsworn. It's a Call of the Haunted for a Lightsworn. It mills 2 in the end phases as well, which is pretty cool. So we decided to go with Glorious Illusion, supplementing the continuous trap lineup. The Lightsworn lineup we've got is just Celestias. Of course, since we spam Wolf so much, Celestia is absolutely awesome, just popping 2 cards. Lilas, it's just probably the best generic one to bring back with Glorious Illusion. It gives you answers to spell traps on top of Celestia. So between these two, we should always just be popping all the back row. And then, of course, the Wolves that we gotta have, so we can just summon Wolf all day, every day. Also threw in Plague and Necrogarden to have some extra ways to benefit from the milling. I think Plague especially is pretty important in here. It lets you stack Wolf from your hand, of course, for stuff like Charge or Card Trooper or whatever, or just to get it out of your hand for a Foolish or an Exodius. And then it also gives you access to synchro plays, which helps deal with things, which is very important. Garden is kind of just bonus, nice thing to have in here. I don't think it's absolutely necessary, but yeah. Spell lineup, we got sort of same draw cards, advanced draws, magic planters, giving you ways to convert off of your metal reflect slimes, your Exodiuses, and of course, the rest of your high-level dudes in your continuous traps. Foolish, of course. We're playing Triple Wolf, makes sense. And then you got to have that full charge lineup there for all the Lightsworn stuff. So a pretty tight, streamlined main deck here. The side deck is kind of just a bunch of things, not a whole lot of thought put into it. And the extra is just generic synchros that we can make with the Plague Spreader. So that's the build. Let's go ahead and look at some replays. First match, we are going up against, I thought this was Hero Beat at first, but then it just turned out to be some weird Gemini thing. So they go Stratos into Alias, and they go set Typhoon. We summon out the Atos, activate Solar Recharge, get milling, then summon the Lila. Figure this doesn't really play too bad into either Torrential or Mirror. Then we hit over the Stratos with the Atos. We remembered to mill 3 there, which was important because actually we milled a Lila for our Glorious Illusion, which could have mattered. And then the opponent runs over our Lila, and we go set pass. Or they go set pass, and we end phase revive the Lila with the Glorious Illusion. Now, they could have just sparked this immediately to prevent us from even potentially getting a +1. Fortunately for them, we do miss the 50-50, and we hit the Gem Spark. So they're going to chain that on the Atos. Fine, they get a draw. Here we summon out Exodius, and they immediately torrential this. They maybe should have waited for me to go battle phase, because now we still get to use our battle phase with the other Exodius. Don't mill anything off of this Trooper, but we can get a Wolf out of our deck and then get in for 4,000 damage. And then main 2, we're going to have that advanced draw to get rid of the Exodius. Got our value out of him. Draw 2 cards. We draw into a Tragodia and a Fiendish Chain. Not bad. Fiendish is nice and helpful here. What is this? Select a normal monster. When the selected monster inflicts battle damage, your opponent discards 2 random cards. Whoa. That is spooky. That is a spooky card. Okay, so the opponent draws into Future Fusion. They reveal Abzir. Again, it still kind of looks like Hero Beat, but the Neos, I guess, is a bit of an odd one. There's some builds that play Neos with, like, Prisma, because it's just a really big Hero Blast target. We mill 3 more here. We hit a Wolf, and I figure we should just go for game, and that is going to just kind of work out. So, neat. Neat. We just get to attack for game on that turn. Next game, we open a really nice hand. We can just drop Atos again, special out the Trooper. The opponent does Torrential again, but that's fine. We get a draw. We trade evenly here. And, yeah, another Alias, whatever. I think we just Glorious Illusion this back. Main phase 2, they Storm. We're totally fine with that. We set 2. And now I think we're going to wall with the Metal Reflect Slime. We're going to draw 2 cards. The 2 cards we draw are not great, but it's kind of fine. They make level 8 Synchro. I think they just go with Stardust. And then I decided to finish that just so we could stop their attack, draw 2 cards. We draw into another wolf and a plague, which is getting pretty dangerous with this foolish in our hand. We might just draw all our foolish targets, but that's fine. We go synchro and do a mistworm. Hopefully this goes off and that this isn't bottomless, and it's not, which means we can go main phase 2, activate that advanced draw 2 cards, and end our turn. The opponent just kind of passes because their hand is bricked. We're passing back and forth here. Finally, we can go crazy, start resolving some recharges, summon out Lila, hit the back row, and I think we call back just to do some damage and then activate advanced draw again, draw 2 more cards, and then set all of our stuff because the heavy storm is gone. Here they go brain control. I think they try to make Black Rose. No, they go for Power Tool for some reason. We just finish it either way, and now we stack for Plague Spreader, drop the Exodius, the ultimate Forbidden Lord, and that is a lot of monsters I have to put back from the graveyard to the deck. Is there a button, actually? There might... I feel like there should be a button. Maybe I should have checked to make sure if DB gave Exodius, the ultimate Forbidden Lord, a button. But then we just special out Iatos, summon this, and it's pretty clear that we are going to be able to attack for game. Okay, next match. We are up against, some kind of Valhalla Fairy. I knew it was Fairy something. I couldn't really figure it out from this match. So we go for charge, and then add the Lila, and then I think we just set some stuff. Yeah, we just set some stuff because we ended up milling a guy for our Glorious Illusion. They hit in, okay. We summon out Lila. Oh, they're on a lore. I think they're on, like, Zerato. This might be some, like, trade-in Zerato kind of cool build, so... We just run this over, and then I think they get into... I was kind of just hoping I could bait it honest or something, but I think we have Necrogardna down there, so we're not too worried about any kind of Crash Christia nonsense. They go for brain control, which is not great. They take out our back row, but fortunately for us, they can't really Christia us here unless they want... I guess they could pitch their whole hand for Christia with Brionac, but obviously that's not necessarily a smart thing to do. We go for the Necrogardna, and now I think I do just go for game this turn. Like, it would have been rough, but we saw them summon the Orange Light, so we know they probably don't have another, like, Orange Light Fairy to stop this, which means we're only really just, like, worried about Gores, and then I don't think they're probably not even on Gores because they're on Valhalla stuff. So, obviously, the line here is we bring out the Exodius. We probably should have stacked for the Plague in main. I don't know. I don't know if it's better to have, like, the Plague to maybe level 8 Synchro main 2, or if it's just better to have the Metal Reflect Slime. But we have exact lethal here with drop Iatos after the Exodius, and then we just send a Wolf. And we bring out the Wolf, and then this is 6,900 direct. So we are going to be able to kind of cheese a little bit of an OTK here. Well, not a full OTK, obviously, but yeah, we go for game, and it's going to work out for us. So moving on to game number 2. Game number 2, our hand is not great. We go Lila on the back row. I mean, that's pretty good. Set Glorious Illusion, pass. They just summon Plague, run over. We draw. I think we bring this back, go for Celestia, but unfortunately the Celestia gets negated. That's really rough. I kind of don't think about this, and I just dropped the Exodius here. I think I maybe should have just held this. Maybe just set a Fiendish Chain and pass. And then we kind of get punished by the fact that we play around heavy and we only set one Fiendish Chain here. Since we know MST is gone, I figured maybe it would be correct to play around Storm. But if we'd kept both of them, we maybe could have kept our Wolf here, and we draw another Wolf for turn. I'm just like, all right, screw it. Maybe I shouldn't concede here, but I'm tired of all this Wolf in my hand, so we're going next. So we go for recharge, mill Wolf. Yeah, definitely a better start in terms of Wolf luck here. Opponent's going to summon out a Shining Angel and attack. I think they just go into the Gardna, which we're totally fine with. We draw into Iatos, bring out the Celestia just to try to clear one. It's going to work out. No Orange Light there. We mill another Wolf, very fortunate for us. And then I think we just attack with both. We draw 2 first to see if we can find some kind of... If we find Exodius, we could go for lethal, obviously, because we could drop Exodius, we could drop Iatos, we could get another Wolf from our deck, and that would be like... What would that be? That would be 65. That would be like 9k damage, but they have Tragodia either way, so they're not dying, obviously. We decided just Gardna here, and now we can flip up the Fiendish Chain, which will put that Tragodia down to 0, and we can attack over the Tragodia and get in for a total of 6,300 damage for game. So we're going to pick up the W there as well. I definitely like this build of the Exodius deck. I didn't hate the previous one, but I feel like summoning Wolf, it just feels a lot scarier. It feels like the Exodius represents a much more real threat when it's just like representing 2,100 battle damage. It's like a real monster. We can use it to push, to actually pressure which is really cool. So yeah, I enjoyed the build, and I hope you did as well. Be sure to thumbs up the video. Let me know what you thought in the comments section. I'll see you next time. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Furthermore, if you enjoy my content, you should think about becoming a channel member. You get access to tons of bonus content, and it's a great way to help support the channel.